Welcome to the Eat Better, Move Better, Live Better podcast presented by Flourish with Tracy, where we'll dive into the realms of holistic wellness, plant-based nutrition, yoga, and self-care to help you live your best life. Tune in every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern for our special segments. Meditation Monday, start your week with mindfulness. Wellness Wednesdays, get the midweek boost you need. Sadhana Saturdays, dedicate weekends to personal growth. Join us as we explore and discuss all things to eat better, move better, and live better. Welcome to Sadhana Saturday. Today we're going to talk about something that's essential for gut health, overall well-being, and emotional balance. Prebiotics and probiotics. While they sound similar, they actually play different roles in the digestive system. So let's talk about the difference between the two, why they're important, what happens in the body when we don't get enough, and how to nourish your gut naturally. So let's first define it. Prebiotics are non-digestible fibers and compounds that are found in plant-based foods. They act as food for the bacteria in the gut. We can think of them as fertilizers that help healthy microbes grow and thrive. Probiotics are live microorganisms, often called the good bacteria. They live in our intestines, support digestion, immunity, and how we absorb nutrients. They act like the workers in the gardens of your gut, breaking down food and producing helpful compounds. The key difference between them is that prebiotics are what the bacteria eat, and the probiotics are the actual bacteria themselves. So, why is each important? Why do they matter? Prebiotics, what the bacteria eat, are important and matters because prebiotics feed and sustain the healthy bacteria, the probiotics. They promote production of fatty acids that reduce inflammation within the body. They improve overall bone health and how we absorb calcium. They support regular bowel movements and our digestive systems. And probiotics matter because they help maintain balance in our overall gut, the ecosystem or the microbiome of our bellies. They strengthen the immune system by reducing the harmful bacteria. Probiotics improve digestion and absorption of nutrients such as vitamins and minerals. Probiotics influence mental health through the gut-brain connection. So when we're deficient, we will know. Our bodies will tell us. With prebiotics, we will see a reduced diversity of the overall gut bacteria. We'll begin to experience constipation or irregular bowel movements. We'll have an increased sensitivity within our guts and experience inflammation. And we may have a higher risk of obesity, type 2 diabetes, and an overall weakened immune system. If our probiotic system is deficient, we will see frequent issues with our overall digestion, such as bloating, gas, diarrhea. We may have a weak immune response, seeing more frequent incidents of colds or infections. We may have a flare-up in our skin, eczema, acne, psoriasis. We may also experience low mood, anxiety, or brain fog due to lack of the connection and support between the gut and the brain. For women, gut health impacts every aspect of their well-being. It's important to address for women's digestive health, as hormonal shifts during the menstrual cycle can cause constipation or bloating. Probiotics ease digestion, and prebiotics stabilize gut balance, reducing discomfort. It also is important to be balanced for vaginal and urinary tract health. There is a specific bacteria, a probiotic strain, that maintains vaginal pH level, which helps prevent yeast and urinary tract infections. Prebiotics help sustain the protective bacteria in this area. It's also good for women's hormonal balance. Gut bacteria regulates estrogen metabolism, and it reduces the risks of premenstrual syndrome, PCOS, endometriosis, and fibroids. It can boost defense against infections and inflammation, and support mood stability through probiotics, while prebiotics reduce stress, cortisol, and over 90% of serotonin, which is the happiness chemical within our body, is made in the gut. So it's important for our overall mood and emotional health. Probiotics reduce the risk of gestational diabetes during pregnancy and postpartum care. And prebiotics encourage nutrient absorption, which is crucial for both the mother and baby. Since prebiotics help improve calcium absorption, it's key for prevention of osteoporosis and overall bone health. And probiotics support how we intake minerals to support the bones. Pre and probiotics even help during menopause and aging, as probiotics can ease hot flashes and protect cardiovascular health. Prebiotics maintain regular digestion and reduce metabolic syndrome risks. Balancing pre and probiotics is important for men's gut health too. There is a connection between the gut and testosterone, and it influences metabolism. A healthy gut helps regulate the balance between estrogen and testosterone, since men also produce estrogen in small amounts. Prebiotics help feed the bacteria to support this balance. It's also good for prostate health. A balanced gut reduces inflammation. And probiotics supports urinary health. Probiotics improve the absorption of amino acids and may enhance muscle recovery. And prebiotic foods help fuel workouts by supporting the gut bacteria. Research indicates that men may have a higher risk of cardiovascular disease. A healthy gut reduces production of harmful byproducts from consumption of red meats, which are linked to heart disease. Probiotics improves resilience to stress, and prebiotics reduce the production or levels of cortisol, which is the stress hormone. Prebiotics help reduce belly fat and improves insulin sensitivity. Probiotics reduce inflammation. A strong gut means better hormone balance, muscle recovery, heart health, and mental resilience, as well as long-term vitality. A healthy gut thrives on fiber and fermented foods and is essential for everyone, physically, internally. Balancing pre and probiotics is important and crucial to and for the human body, for every one of us. Think of it as a symbiotic relationships. Probiotics need prebiotics to survive. Prebiotics need probiotics to put their fuel to good use. So how do you balance? You can eat a diverse diet with fiber and fermented foods, avoiding overuse of antibiotics and highly processed foods. They harm the gut flora. Hydrate well to help the fiber work effectively, manage stress, and get better quality sleep. All of this, your lifestyle impacts your overall gut health. So how can you balance and maintain your pre and probiotic intake? I think that dairy products are a primary source. Not so. Let's look at a few myths around gut health and the idea that animal products are necessary to balance the microbiome. The first myth is that yogurt from dairy is the only source of probiotics. And the truth is that while dairy yogurt can contain probiotics, it's not the only, nor is it the superior source. Fermented plant-based foods like sauerkraut, kimchi, miso, tempeh, and kombucha are rich in probiotics. Many plant-based yogurts, coconut, almond, oat, are all now fortified with the same live cultures used in dairy yogurt. The second myth is that animal collagen or bone broth is necessary for gut lining repair. The truth is that collagen peptides from animal bones are marketed as gut healing, but the gut doesn't actually absorb collagen whole. It breaks it into amino acids the same way as any protein. Plant proteins provide the same amino acids. Another myth is that kefir is only effective if it's made from dairy. And the truth is that kefir grains can ferment many bases, including plant-based, oat, soy, coconut, and even juices. These non-dairy kefirs still grow the beneficial bacteria and yeast that support gut balance. And then there's the myth that meat supports healthy gut bacteria because it's protein rich. Yes, protein is important. However, a high intake of red or processed meats are linked to reduced gut diversity and production of harmful hormones that increase inflammation and heart risk. Plant-based proteins also provide the protein and the fiber, which is key to feeding the gut bacteria. And then finally, there's a myth that cheese is a probiotic-rich food. Many cheeses are aged in ways that kill live bacteria before packaging. And only certain raw or traditionally fermented cheeses may contain probiotics. But these cheeses lack fiber, which is the prebiotics to sustain them. So the key takeaway is that the real cornerstone of gut health is fiber and fermentation. You want fiber-rich foods for prebiotics, and that comes from plants. Animal products do not contain this fiber. And fermented plant foods provide plenty of the probiotics without any of the negative drawbacks products such as saturated fats, hormones, or inflammatory compounds. The science is clear. You don't need animal products to balance the gut biome. In fact, a diverse, plant-rich diet is the strongest predictor of a healthy, resilient gut. If you are consuming animal products, be sure to rearrange your overall consumption to have the animal products reduced to the smallest portion in your overall consumption and increase the amounts of plant-based foods that you are consuming to support your pre and probiotic production. So what are some of the plant-based sources that you can use to manage your gut health? Well, first and foremost, fruit. Fruit is often underestimated in conversations about gut health, yet it plays a powerful role in balancing the microbiome, especially when we talk about prebiotics and fiber. So let's break it down. Fruit is one of the primary sources for prebiotic consumption. Many fruits contain soluble fibers like pectin inulin, and a resistant starch that acts like a prebiotic, and it feeds the beneficial probiotic bacteria. Bananas, which is a resistant starch, apples is a classic prebiotic, rich in pectin. Berries, it's filled with fibers and antioxidants that feed good bacteria. Fruits actually provide something called polyphenols. They are gut-friendly antioxidants, and they are actually plant compounds that aren't fully digested by our systems. However, when they reach the colon, where the gut bacteria can break them down into compounds, it promotes the growth of the good bacteria. It reduces the inflammation and oxidation within our systems. It supports our brain and cardiovascular health. So eating dark berries, blackberry, blueberry, raspberry, they have high polyphenol content. Grapes are good. Pomegranates actually act like a gut fertilizer. Fruit supports regular, smooth bowel movements and rhythm within the digestive system. Insoluble fiber in fruits adds bulk to the stool and helps keep the bowel movements regular and prevents constipation. Fruits enhance hydration for the gut. You can eat your water, as many fruits are water rich, melons, citrus fruits. Hydration helps the fiber work effectively and keeps the intestinal environment healthy. Prunes are great for bowel movements and are also recommended for consumption during pregnancy and postpartum care. Cranberries help prevent urinary tract infections. And there's the myth about the fruit sugar being harmful to the gut. Well, natural fruit sugar, fructose, contain fiber, and the polyphenols we just mentioned, they slow the absorption and feed the gut health positively. Whole fruits in its natural state is great for feeding gut bacteria positively. Problems with fruit only arise when we add sugars to fruit dishes or fruit juices, and those dishes tend not to have the fiber, which are crucial. Fruits also feed probiotics. It's often thought that only fermented foods do this. However, fruits, once they're in your system, they help sustain the benefits of the fermented food you've consumed. So here are some tips for fruit. Eat the rainbow, eat the variety of colors, eat them daily. The more diverse you are with your fruit consumption, the better your gut diversity. When possible, include the skin and peels for apples, pears, or grapes for maximum fiber. Pair your fruits with fermented foods. For example, adding the berries to the plant-based yogurt. It will give the probiotics the fuel that it needs. And rotate your fruits seasonally. Each offers a different fiber. Fruit is the bridge between the pre and the probiotic. It feeds the beneficial bacteria, providing the antioxidants, and supports the hydration and digestion system, all of which are essential for the whole body health and vitality. Here are a few other pre and probiotic plant-based foods that you can consume. Foods that are rich in prebiotics are garlic, onion, leeks, asparagus, artichokes, bananas, apples, flax seeds, beans, lentils, chickpeas. Probiotic-rich foods are sauerkraut, fermented cabbage, kimchi, which is several types of fermented vegetables, miso, which is a fermented soy base, tempeh, a fermented soybean, kombucha, a fermented tea, and of course the plant-based yogurts with live cultures. Aim for a daily intake of both. Consume raw fruits, vegetables, and whole grains for your prebiotics, and small servings of fermented foods for your probiotics. An example is you could create a delicious, gut-friendly, plant-based meal with a green bowl of quinoa, lentils, roasted asparagus, sauerkraut on the side, and a glass of kombucha, and a delicious fruit salad for dessert. Pre and probiotics are partners in your gut health. Prebiotics feed the good bacteria, while probiotics are the good bacteria. Without one, the other struggles. When balanced, they help digestion, immunity, mental health, long-term disease, hormone health, fertility, bone strength, and metabolism. By intentionally choosing a plant-based, fiber-rich, fermented diet, we can create a thriving internal ecosystem that uplifts our body, mind, and supports our long-term vitality. When your gut is nourished, your entire body, your whole self flourishes. Thanks for tuning in. I hope today's insights help you on a personal journey towards a healthier, happier life. Don't forget to join every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern for more self-care and holistic wellness tips. Before you go, make sure to comment, click the bell, like, and subscribe buttons for upcoming episode notifications. Be sure to always consult a medical professional before making any major changes regarding your health, diet, or routine. In the meanwhile, stay motivated, stay inspired, and remember, every step you take is one step closer to a better you. Until next time, keep flourishing, and as always, may all be well.